And, to pay for that, if we've looked at the growth in the first presentation, well, how do we maintain those positive interactions when we've grown sort of nilly-willy and sprawling a little bit? And, and then we have to, how does that affect our environment? And what infrastructure we need, the transportation and communications infrastructure, to make all this happen. Well, that leads us to, another of our sessions, which is how do we pay for all this? How do we have the resources, the energy to pay for all this? And so our fifth presentation is on economic development, and Bonnie Maiers, another member of the task force, will talk about economic development. Bonnie?
Well, good evening. Tonight, I would like to present some information about Columbia's economy and some economic development activities. So let's begin with a definition. In comprehensive planning, we strive for economic and social well-being of each and every one of us citizens by promoting standards relating to jobs, infrastructure, competitiveness, environmental practices, literacy, health, and safety. It affects everyone. Columbia's growth results from investing in our community. It is seen in new construction, expansion of existing businesses, creation of new jobs, and spending our money locally. We see results in our residents enjoying a higher quality of life. As an overview, our economy is resilient, diversified, and positioned for growth. Here's what we can say. We have less unemployment than our state or nation. Our daytime population is 26 times or 26% greater than our 110,000 population due to our centrality in the region. Employment opportunities are plentiful, focused in 4 areas: retail, healthcare, government, and education. Our 3-month and 3-year unemployment averages are below state and national levels. We have many employment opportunities, as you can see in the pie chart, our primary employment sectors. The retail sector is very large, but not uncommon considering we have a university and 2 colleges. Continued growth is expected in all sectors, especially healthcare, education, and professional and technical services. Despite the recession, local jobs between 2005 and 2009 grew by 3%. This good news is not shared by most of other comparable communities. Our employment base includes several national and international businesses and others that are more homegrown. The university also contributes to our local diversity by employing folks in the fields of technology and research. Lastly, we are positioned for growth. Regional Economic Development, or READY for short, is our primary agency that coordinates these efforts. The recruitment of IBM and our 800 jobs this past year is one of READY's greatest accomplishments to date. Having land ready for industry is a key to successful economic growth. We have 2 certified industrial sites, the Hewing Industrial Park and Sutter Industrial, and we'll have soon our 3rd, the Discovery Ridge Research Park. The Mizzou effect is our driving force. The impact of the university upon the local economy cannot be overlooked. MU is one of 5 universities in the nation with a law, medicine, veterinary medicine, and a nuclear research reactor on one campus. Our 2011 enrollment is 32,000 students and growing. And you cannot forget the effect that MU athletics has on our local economy, $118 million annually. The Mizzou effect is seen in students generating $255 million in off-campus expenditures. In 2010, MU research activities brought in $400 million to Columbia through externally funded research. But MU is not sitting on its past accomplishments. It is focused on enhancing our national reputation through the Mizzou Advantage program. This is a program designed to take advantage of our competitive assets the university has to offer in 5 areas: energy, food, media, medicine, and technology. The difference is you. You may be asking, well, how do I make a difference in our region's economy? Well, when you buy a product or a service locally, you support our economy. When you attend a local or regional event, you support our economy. When you let us know how to make our comprehensive plan valuable to you as a Columbia resident, you support our economy. Here's some final thoughts. Columbia has a strong and resilient economy with a great variety of employers and sources of income. However, there's always room for improvement. Ask yourself these 2 questions. Are our economic development efforts effective? What information do we maybe possibly overlooked? Finally, you can help us by providing your thoughts and observations about our efforts. Participating in public discussion about new economic development ventures when opportunities arise. And staying informed about local, national, and regional economic trends. Remember this thought: knowledge is powerful and can help to influence our outcomes. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Bonnie. And I think as Bonnie's presentation on economic development displayed, that Columbia is lucky during the recession. We have a strong, diversified economy that's stayed pretty viable during the recession, which is not usual for a lot of the communities. I also think that, the presentation leading up to Bonnie's, we talked about the growth and the environment and the infrastructure and those things that have really described a little bit how Columbia's evolved and set the base for what we have to build the economy and the things we need to develop to build that economy. She also talked about, that economic development in the 21st century is going to be very different than it's been. It's not just factories or things. It's, it's knowledge, the information. A lot of what I work with in communities is asset-based economic development. And I think the other thing I'm working with Centralia on looking at what's their competitive advantage in economic development in the region. And I think Columbia with Ready has done a pretty good job of saying this is our competitive advantage. So economic development's a little bit different than it's been.